And you know I can't give up, yeah. I'm fresh to death, my office, I'm side. Flexing on express. I just wanna get fresh, feel good, and catch a breeze. Do it all over again. Do it all over again. I just wanna sip slow, dance fast, and have some fun. Do it all over again. Do it all over again. I wanna run up a check. I wanna go get it back. I wanna throw up the stash. I wanna live it up like tomorrow's my last. Yeah.
Peace and power, peace and light, peace and joy, family. Welcome to yet another episode of Freedom, a literary podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we not only celebrate Black excellence, but all that we as Black people endure during the week that we experience, that we just endure. And then we always finish off with an oratory reading, the literary portion of it, where we actually read from a book together. So, this week, we always start off with a Black excellence. So this week in Black excellence, we highlight someone extraordinary who did an extraordinary thing for the Black community and who's a dope Black person. This week, it goes to Aisha Ash. She is the owner of the Swan Dreams Project. She's a beautiful Black ballerina from New York, and she's literally twirling around Rochester in a tutu to display the power of imagery to young inner city boys and girls. It's like, y'all, it was so adorable. You see her, like, you can tell by the surroundings she's in the hood, but you see this beautiful ballerina done up in her makeup and her tutu, and she's on the sidewalk with like these two beautiful little girls, and she's teaching them how to point, and they're doing like a little like tendu and coming back to first, and then like doing like a little passe and then coming back down to first. It's so adorable because, you know, if you're in the inner city, you're in a rough neighborhood, they're not showing Black ballerinas, not even ballet really, to you. So to have someone come into your environment that looks like you and can tell you, hey, I accomplished this and I did this, and can be something that you can emulate. Representation is important, and that's what this Queen Aisha Ash is doing for the children in New York, and I love it. Exposure to the arts can do wonders in a child's life, so I love that she's exposing them to that. And I love this quote that she said when they asked her what inspired her to do it. She said, I remember growing up, and in the bodega, you'd see images of girls in bikinis on motorcycles. I wanted to replace those photos that show women of color in a different light. So, Black excellence, we applaud you, Queen. You're doing great work. Please keep up the great work because we need more like you to help our babies. This week in TV and film, Black Lightning debuted on the CW. It actually was the best premiere for the network in 2 years, pulling in, peep this, 2.3 million views. If you're not familiar with it, it's Cress Williams, aka Scooter Fine Ass from Living Single. Ooh. He stars as a Black superhero. It's a must watch. It's a predominantly Black cast showing a Black superhero. Like, do I need to say more? We need to watch it. And just the pilot alone, like, I'm like, oh, this is good. This is good. They're good. So definitely get into that. Proud Mary is in theaters, and the ticket sales are looking a little shabby. Why didn't y'all go support Taraji? Okay, look, confession. I haven't seen it either, but I did watch the extended trailer, and like the fight scenes and Taraji sliding across the hood, like everything looks it looks good, but the promotion for it just wasn't. I don't really feel like they did a good job. I saw the trailer, but after that, I really heard nothing else about it. Like, was that intentional? I don't know. But if you can, please get out. Go check out Proud Mary. Support Taraji. It does show her in a different light. This isn't Baby Boy. This isn't Cookie. This isn't, Yvette. This isn't none of those characters. This is her literally playing like an assassin. So, we don't get we don't get to see Black women in those roles often. So I think that we should try to go out and support. Me too. We'll make a vow. also, in this week, on Monday, we did celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And, it was nice. It's nice that we get to commemorate all that he did. He was a true freedom fighter for us. So definitely much love and peace and respect to the ancestor and all of his descendants who are still here. Much respect to the entire King estate. Of course, every major network played, the infamous I Have a Dream speech as if he wasn't murdered by the very government who's celebrating this holiday. But, okay. Even Melania tweeted something about MLK, and I just replied, like, I read it, and I just looked and replied with the Remy voice, like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, I was like, how can you, the woman who's married to 45, who literally completely goes against all that MLK stood for, then tweet about his importance and significance like y'all really was riding for the homie? That don't even make sense. Ugh, I'm over it. Like, are you dumb? Rhetorical question, because the bitch is stupid. She's stupid. But it's also a little ironic to me because the same folks who are, like, angry with Colin Kaepernick are highly supportive of MLK, as if they both didn't execute nonviolent protests regarding the treatment and equality of black folks. I don't know. I don't get how that works in their minds, so I won't even try to figure it out. But another thing on the MLK thing, what we're not going to do every year is act like Queen Coretta Scott King was just some loyal housewife who was lucky enough to be married to MLK. Like, Queen was a movement by her damn self. And I think a lot of people don't know this, but it was her who fought for 15 years to ensure that he even was, like, she fought with Congress for 15 years to even, like, make MLK Day a, like, holiday. Like, she did that. In addition to that, like, she did museums, established, like, foundations, and, I mean, a whole MLK Center, museum, like, put some respect on her name. I feel like people are just sharing that picture, like, yeah, and hashtag Coretta found you somebody that's gonna ride for you. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. So, and I love that her daughter put that up too. Like, just remember, we couldn't have this without my mother. So, put some respect on Queen name. She was out here making moves just like MLK. So, yeah, put some respect. Speaking on respecting black women, a whole decade and some more later, Justin Timberlake has finally decided to come out and speak on behalf of Nipplegate. And I know y'all remember that. I'm going to have you naked by the end of this song. And then he pulls the thing and exposed Janet's nipple. Y'all remember that? Super Bowl. So yeah, he was silent this entire time. He never took up for her. He never kind of made it clear exactly what happened. Nor was he reprimanded in any way. But Janet was damn near, like, burned at the stake. She literally was blacklisted by Viacom, which didn't air her music videos on MTV and VH1, and they banned her music from their radio stations. Like she pulled her own nipple out. She also reportedly had lost work behind that whole thing. They were saying that she had to drop out of playing Lena Horne for a TV project, all because of this whole Nipplegate thing. And I mean, Lena Horne, like, that could have really been a staple in her career that she was unable to do because of this whole performance with Justin. And he never kind of came to her defense until now. And no one ever said anything to him, nor did he ever say anything to protect Janet. And it's just ridiculous to me. Like, he's going back white now. He's been reflecting in the woods and all that. So I'm assuming he's trying to clear his conscience, but catch that eye roll. I ain't with it. In other news, Haitians are now barred from applying for visas for low-skilled work in the United States. The Department of Homeland Security cited high levels of fraud and abuse from Haitians who use the program, as well as a high rate of overstaying the terms from the visa recipients. Now, this comes right after 45 was caught running his mouth talking about shithole countries. And keep in mind, Haiti was one of those that he targeted. Now, for one, I don't feel like Haitians are the only people who needed to be targeted on that list of people who are now going to be barred. If you're going to do that, we need to look at everyone, which of course we aren't doing right now. But just pay attention, y'all. I see a few more targets coming for the citizens and the people of those places deemed to be shithole countries coming down the pipeline. Like, just keep an eye out for that. On the song Boss Life with Offset, he dropped some lyrics where he said, I cannot vibe with queers. You know how you rap. Like, you know, that's his like cadence. He received much criticism for that line though. And I didn't like the song. I was gonna play the clip, but I don't even like it enough to look it up. I'm sorry, y'all. It's called Boss Life if you care. But I just couldn't take it serious. Like, people were really upset, and I'm like, you do realize this is Offset from Migos. Like, he's not Kendrick, Crit, or Jermaine Cole. He's not lyrical enough to do anything. Like, I'm like, soon as I heard it, I'm like, that man was just trying to find something to rhyme with lair and here. But people were really upset about it. They took it very, they felt like it was a attack on the LGBT community. And to be completely honest, y'all, just let some shit be. Again, he's Offset from Migos. And when he even put out this whole like long apology, and even in the apology, he said he just wanted something to rhyme with here, lair, solitaire, and bear. Queer. It ain't that deep. Not all the time. Speaking of taking things, like there's a time to be offended and there's a time to know when it doesn't apply. Y'all probably don't know this. He's an Indian American actor named Aziz Ansari. He's my guy, Tom Haverford from Parks and Rec. Any of my like nerdy TV show folks might recognize him, but dude is super funny. But he isn't like, I guess he is not like a mainstream comedian yet, but whatever. But this week it came out that he too was accused of sexual harassment, sexual assault. The girl gave a very detailed depiction of what happened that night. Just to give you the short story, they met at a party, they text, they go to dinner, they go back to his place. He performs oral on her, she performs oral on him. She said she was doing she did a lot of non-verbal social cues to let him know that she wasn't comfortable, but she even put in her report he was really into it. When she said, whoa, he said something about a condom, and then she said, whoa, we're moving too fast, he immediately stopped. Didn't pressure her, didn't do anything. He then goes home. She goes home. He texts her the next day, like, hey, had a good time. She responds, well, I didn't. He immediately apologizes. Now that he's won a Golden Globe, Sis is coming out saying, oh, well, he was a part of the Me Too. Now, I feel like we have to, again, be cognizant of when to fight and when, like my grandmother always says, like, you got to know when to have a dog in that fight, okay? That was not one of those moments, because not to be insensitive to women who are victims of sexual assault, but from her own account, it literally just sounded like a bad date, sis. Like, you can't really say that he assaulted you, because as soon as you told him to stop, he did, and he didn't pressure you, and he didn't force you to do anything. I get that you are uncomfortable, but the woman even admitted herself that she used nonverbal to communicate that. Men can't always pick up on that. So, as much as I am, again, in support of the movement, it does need to be discussed. We also have to know, like they said, it's certain things apply. Like, if it applies, then it applies, but that just didn't apply. And the best way that I can even break this down, like, Aisha Taylor literally put it in exact words, and I just want to read this to y'all. This has to be a dialogue, and at times an uncomfortable one. Feminism and feminists, if we cannot have real self-examining, uncomfortable conversations about sexual politics, then the movement is dead. If we cannot see them clearly and differently, if we lump every negative or uncomfortable encounter together, then we give all those who want to undermine and erode the hashtag #MeToo movement exactly the ammunition they need to label us all hysterical, hypersensitive, wild women. This is not victim blaming nor victim shaming. It's separating true incidents of assault and sexual leveraging in the workplace, promises of career support, threats of career diminishment, sexual violence, intimidation, etc., from uncomfortable, offensive encounters. If every time a man comes onto a woman, it is defined as assault or misconduct, then women are rendered perpetual victims with no power or agency to define or defend themselves. That is the key point for me. We can't fight and put all of this energy into seeking equality and at the same time carry this, we're the victims. We are, yes, it's happening to women at record numbers and it is being exposed, but at the same time, we don't need to diminish our power as women and just play the victim role. Like, no, hold men accountable and hold it and do it in a strong, fierce power, in your strong, fierce feminine power, not as a feeble victim who every time someone does something that makes us uncomfortable, it's kind of like crying wolf. No, we are the wolves, okay? Like, do you feel where I'm coming from with that? Like, we need to do this from a position of strength and not a position of being a victim in this. She's absolutely right. We do have the power and agency to defend ourselves. We don't need to relinquish that and diminish the our own fight, because it won't be taken as serious if every time this comes out, you know, there's gonna be there's gonna be some questionable things about it. When what happened to Aziz definitely sounds questionable. And speaking more to that, one of the feuds that was kind of big in the media this week was the singer Seal. You guys remember him? He's a Nigerian singer that has the scar on his face. I don't know what the scar is from, but last week, so I'll give you a quick rundown and then bring you up to speed. Last week, he published a photo of Oprah and Harvey Weinstein with a caption that said, when you have been a part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution. Stacey Dash and Fox News and all of them came for him, saying that, he didn't know he was talking about. Chrissy Teigen even said oh, we've all heard things about people, haven't we? People were really coming at him. And, he in his own, he himself was taking that moment to try to be an ally for the Me Too movement and, kind of speak out against the people who not only committed, but also the people who support them and allow them to commit it, i.e. Oprah and, Harvey Weinstein. So, that was last week. Here we are this week, and he is now under his own investigation for sexual battery. His white neighbor is accusing him of forcefully kissing and groping her when she went over to his house to retrieve her salad spinner. First of all, what the fuck is a salad spinner? For one. And to be honest, I don't know if I believe her. Allegedly, this happened in November of 2016, but she just went to file the police report yesterday or something, last week or something. And I get it, victims are sometimes afraid to come out to the forefront, but I think she wanted to hop on the trend and get a headline. And to be honest, it seems each time a man attempts to be an ally for us in this fight, he is attacked with his own allegations. And personally, in my opinion, none of it is productive for the movement if every time someone tries to speak up and rally, especially the very gender we're saying is committing the heinous acts, we're saying it, and they're saying hey, no, men are doing this, it needs to stop, we support you. we're going against it. So in the same video where Seal went off on Stacey Dash, like he told her, like, keep my name out of your mouth, like very Nigerian accent. It's hilarious. Look it up. Seal said, he even said he admired the courage of abuse victims who have come forward, and they should continue to do so. So these allegations, I don't really know. To me, he does seem to be on the supportive side of things. So I don't think that he committed these allegations. But I don't know Seal or anything about him. But I do want to share this clip of Terry Crews sort of having a very important dialogue on a podcast that I listened to with Anna Faris, the white girl from all of the Scary movies, the Crazy Ditzy Girl. Yeah, she has a podcast. It's actually really entertaining. So she is talking to him about, you know, how men operate and how they view things. So I definitely want to share this clip because I think these are the type of conversations that we need and the type of dialogue that we need to have with men who want to be our allies so that they can be on the same mental as us.
Now, I've been married 28 years. 28 years. My wife and I, we grew up together, okay? But what one thing that I discovered is that in this patriarchal society, there's a cult of masculinity, okay? You gotta be the strongest, the best, the hardest, so you can run it and you can be the man because you have an image to uphold. There's an image that you gotta, I am the man, I run this thing. And in fact, what happens though, because of all this, you actually believe as a man that you are more valuable than women. And let me tell you,
I cannot believe you're saying that as a man.
Oh, yeah, listen to me.
Because I feel like that is something that most women have known for a long time.
Well, they know it.
But a man has never said that.
Listen,
I love you.
I have to say it because I was in a cult. People don't understand that the cult of masculinity is a cult. It's just like David Koresh or Jim Jones and this is why women come and go, why doesn't he understand? He's hurting everyone and hurting our feelings. And he doesn't understand it. He's like gone. There's a cult. He's in this man thing that does not empathize with you. And that's really hard for women to understand. Like, they can look at you so freaking cold. And they're like, but how can he not know that he's hurting? Because in the cult, the rules of the cult say, man, you don't show no feeling. In fact, they got songs about it. I don't love no hoes. We don't love y'all. You know what I mean? And you're like, wait, why are you going out with me? No, you do love me, don't you? And they're like, I don't love you, bitch. And the whole thing.
I love that clip. He's being very candid and he's being very honest. That's the type of dialogue that we need to have with our allies. We don't need to take it as an opportunity to try to shade them, expose them, or any of that. If we get more men to dialogue about the mentality that powers rape culture, that's how we challenge it. That's how we eliminate it. And even further in that podcast interview, Terry Crews states, like, not only does he, has he developed this perspective, this is what he teaches his sons. His black sons. That's what we need to continue to push, and that's the dialogue that we need to have. I don't think that we should keep attacking every male ally that speaks out in support of. I get it. No one is perfect. And if a man is a part of a sexual assault, he does need to be exposed. But I also don't think that that's a time for the world to completely strip him down and try to come for everything he's ever stood for. We need allies. We need each other if this is something that we're going to combat. And the main way to diffuse and eliminate the mentality that powers rape culture is that men have to admit things like Terry Crews just did. I really, really, really support him and all that he stands for in regards to this movement. So enough of that heavy stuff. We'll finish it on a light note to end on a positive note. Our girl, Tiffany Haddish, yes, she is the official sponsor of Groupon, and it's so lit. Like, they literally are going to give her her own Super Bowl commercial. Groupon hasn't done a commercial for the Super Bowl in like some years, but they are going to give Tiffany one. They made her a spokesperson, gave her her own section on its site, and access to the employee app as an honorary employee. And the company padded her account with an undisclosed amount of Groupon bucks. And if you listen to any of her stand-up or any of her interviews, like, she is real. Tiffany Haddish literally uses Groupon, like, to go on movies, to, like, take out her family members. So you gotta love those who are humble and genuine, regardless of where they are in life. Like, girl is a millionaire, literally starred in one of the biggest movies last year, Girls Trip. Career is just taking off, and she still uses Groupon. That's my girl. All right, and on that note, don't forget, Black Panther comes out next month. Conscious Kingdom actually is hosting 2 meetup events. That's right, 2, where we will be hosting a viewing party in DC on that. So it's the premiere weekend. That Friday we'll be in DC, and that Saturday we'll be right in Virginia Beach. There will be gift bags, snacks included, giveaways, and a chance for us to all fellowship and come together and slay the theaters as we gaze upon the most highly anticipated movie to be released in 2018, Black Panther. On that note, we'll take a break. All right, and we're back. So again, each week we are going to be reading. We started on the chakra alignment book, but I have been just with it being the new year, everyone's in sort of grind mode and in working towards the goals that they've set for themselves. So while having your chakras aligned is very, very important, I also wanted to just highlight that I have been speaking with a lot of my sisters, a lot of my tribe, the women in my tribe, who are working in supervisory or management or sort of leadership positions. And to be honest, you guys, it's been a even for me personally, it's been definitely a season of transition. This is a period of like transition, which is a blessing because I know my journey is going to take me and all in my tribe to a greater place. But for right now, it is sort of one of those trying times. So I wanted to just share a few chapters from the Little Black Book of Success. It is Laws of Leadership for Black Women. I think it is most fitting right now to share this message because, like I said, a lot of my just women that I've met this week, to the women that have been in my tribe, the sisters in my tribe that I've known for months, and even a few of my brothers that I know are dealing with the battles of sort of being Black and being in a corporate work setting and having leadership and responsibilities. So this is a great book. It is actually written by the 3 beautiful Black sisters there. Can you see that? Yeah, they all have worked in different corporate offices and different things. So they share some of their tried and true methods of leadership as well as some just great advice. So we're going to start, and I'll read a few chapters. And I really like it. Every chapter ends with a mamaism, something that a Black mother would tell us that that we've heard our entire life, but it actually applies to us as adults and us in the workplace as well. So we'll start this chapter and read on. It's to attain victory, stay positive. All right. Master the art of positive thinking. To become a leader, you must have a positive mental attitude, which you can achieve with positive self-talk and looking at what is right with people instead of what is wrong with them. Positive self-talk means saying positive things about yourself, to yourself, and to others. You are what you think, and you can accomplish what you think you can. For example, if you tell yourself that you can't perform a particular task or difficult assignment, then you are setting yourself up for failure. You must tell yourself that you can meet professional challenges that come your way. Instead of thinking, oh, I can't do this, I've never done this before, say, this is new to me, I'll give it my best shot. Then go do your homework, consult with others, go online, request the reports, do whatever you need to do to get the information to complete the assignment to the best of your ability. Positive thoughts create constructive energy around you. That in itself could literally, that is someone's promotion. It's something that you don't do, that you've never done and you don't know how to do. Don't be complacent and just kind of, well, I don't know how to do that. You should probably pass it off to someone else. No. Take that initiative to show not only are you intelligent enough to take care of it, but you have the initiative and willpower to get shit done. If it is a career that you're really interested in and it's a place that you want to build in, put in that effort and show your initiative. Not only will it make you feel better, it will be recognized. Trust me. You must establish this habit of positive self-talk in your mind because it requires regular reinforcement. Make it a habit. Invest 5 minutes a day before you head out to work. Tell yourself you can meet any professional challenges that life has to offer. Write down your positive affirmations in your personal leadership notebook and read them out aloud, or write a positive prayer. The spoken word is extremely powerful. Power of the tongue. For example, I release the past and now allow myself to be filled with positive thoughts. I deserve the best and welcome it into my life. I see the good in everyone. I accept for myself all the good things that life and work have to offer. I am worthy and deserving of new challenges that come my way. I am in the process of making positive changes. Be actively aware of what you're thinking. What kind of voice do you hear in your head? Does a voice tell you that you can't do something because a family member warned years ago that you were going to fail? Or that trying something new was too risky? Or that traveling abroad or to other parts of the country is dangerous? If you begin to see a pattern of negative thoughts, write them down and then create positive affirmations to cancel them. You must reprogram your thoughts. It's the only way good things are going to come to you in life. You can make it a good day or a bad day by controlling your thought process. Even if something bad happens to you during the day, you can decide how to react to the situation. Your reaction is your choice, and your choice determines how you will respond, positive or negative. Create positive images, statements, situations, outcomes, interactions, and exchanges. You can change your life if you change your thinking. Let me say that again. You can change your life if you change your thinking. Having a sense of humor also comes in handy and can help you with your positive attitude. There will be times when you'll just have to throw up your hands and laugh. Negative self-talk can lower your expectations and do damage to your self-confidence and leadership ability. People want to follow leaders who are positive. One of a leader's most important jobs is to set a positive tone. People who are positive tend to be more productive at work, more likely to be noticed and recognized by their boss, more likely to attract coworkers to them, more likely to be open to new experiences, and more likely to recognize opportunity when it comes their way. Cultural code. We haven't always been exposed to positive images in life, whether due to the media or the racial divide. Not everyone was raised by supportive or well-educated or instructive parents. We haven't always been around positive family and friends. While growing up, some of us didn't receive the attention and encouragement we deserved in classrooms from teachers. While our parents were sometimes struggling to make ends meet or being challenged by more obstacles than we experience today, we haven't always had the most positive views of the world. Unfortunately, We can even be negative about ourselves. Sometimes we assume that the challenges we are facing have been set before us because we are black or women. While this may or may not be true, we may have become paralyzed with anger or fear because of our own beliefs. We can get in our own way by deciding that they're out to get me, or they just don't understand or value me, and that nothing can be done about it. Look beyond skin color and don't focus on it. We cannot let differences of what others think or feel get in the way of achieving our leadership goals. Despite the negative forces around us or inside us, we must overcome them as we embark upon this journey. We have to be positive and view the world in a positive light. For not to be positive would be to give up all hope. We are a strong and spiritual people. We have survived through the ages with physical strength and the strength of our minds. Negative thinking that creates negative emotion can lead to stress, anger, and hostility, as well as disease. So keep your thinking positive. Place positive messages to yourself around your home. Tape them to your dresser and medicine cabinet mirrors. Read them out loud and often. Carry them with you in your purse and keep them in your desk drawer at the office and refer to them as a reminder whenever necessary. Refresh or update these positive messages or affirmations to yourself on an as-needed basis. Even if you've been in your position for years, look at today as if it's your first day on the job and immerse yourself in positive thinking. Mamaisms. There's nothing in the world you can't do once you put your mind to it. Always take the high road. Stay on course and expect to be successful. Positive energy yields a positive attitude. And the last one, hold your head up high. Again, that was the Little Black Book of Success, Laws of Leadership for Black Women. We have to keep that in mind. Our minds are the most powerful things that shape our reality. You alter your perception, you alter your reality. Think more positive and have more faith in yourself and your own abilities. I know. Things can be so overwhelming at times, especially as strong Black men and women. We often take so much on our shoulders, but we can't let it overwhelm who we are as people and who you are as an individual. And if at any point you do feel overwhelmed, just remember that you are greatness down to your mitochondrial DNA. You are backed and supported and protected by hundreds of ancestors who fought and survived and created amazing things. And that's the blood that flows through you. So just hang in there. It'll all get better. And guess what? I believe in you. I support you. I'm here for you. And I'll see you next week. Peace.